I see this talking point going around now, and it's it's just tickling me because this is directly in contradiction of what Blake Lively's attorneys wrote in her actual motion. I'm seeing lots of people say like, oh, this is clear that Wayfair, they destroyed the evidence, and this is why they're mad at them, and this is why they were taking so long in discovery and slow rolling everything because they were destroying things. Your girl, Lively, said the exact opposite in the motion. The lawyer said defendants took no affirmative steps to preserve their ephemeral messages. They did just the opposite. They decided to communicate primarily through Signal. They are not saying they destroyed anything. They are saying they purposely used a system that they knew would auto-destroy. And maybe that's the argument they're trying to make, is spoliation. And maybe you think that argument has legs. That's fine. I'm willing to hear the other side of this. But that is not why they would not slow roll discovery in 2025 for messages that were auto-deleted over a year ago. The point is that the messages weren't there for Wayfair to give. If you think there's something wrong with the fact that they weren't there, okay, that's the argument that Lively is making. But it is completely disingenuous to say that this shows that Wayfair had the messages and deleted them, because even Lively isn't saying that. Look here. Based on the defendant's willful misconduct, this is what we're getting at. This is what they did wrong. Intentionally utilizing ephemeral messaging and voice memos. They did not say the defendant's intentional misconduct is deleting information so we couldn't get it in discovery. That is not the argument that they are making. So people who are making it on their behalf look silly. Now, they do talk about Wayfair's general obstructive behavior in discovery, where they say, they're slow rolling stuff, and we was like pulling teeth trying to get anything from them. They cite that in the fact section, not in the legal argument section, because as a legal point, it's not relevant. What they're trying to say in the facts section by including it is they were difficult and they were obfuscating during discovery in general. So you should believe us when we tell you that if they use these ephemeral systems, they did it for the point of making sure that evidence was available. It's sort of like the way they acted in discovery in this case is evidence of their bad intent in general, right? But they are not arguing that there was stuff that was available during discovery from January 2025 until now, and that sometime between then and now, Wayfair destroyed it. That is not the argument that they are making. They are making the argument that the bad acts occurred way back starting in November 2023 and all the way through 2024, when they used Signal and they used disappearing voice texts, knowing that no one would ever be able to see them. That's the argument. As part of my new Protect My Peace plan, I'm not going to respond to every comment that tries to argue one thing or another. Sorry, Frank is having a moment. But don't misrepresent. It's one thing to say, no, I think that by using those systems, that in and of itself is problematic. Okay, I'm open to whatever that argument is. But don't argue. It is very clear that the parties eliminated their text. That is not the allegation that Blake Lively is making. And she didn't say anything about texts. Signal messages, I guess, are texts. But that is not what they are saying. And by the way, when you use words like innocence and guilt in a civil case, you're giving yourself away that you don't know what you're talking about.